Hey guys, so before I get into this video, I just want to point out, so what if you've watched some of my other supplement videos, what I usually do is I'll try and find like a review that goes into more detail with the ingredients and stuff, because when it comes to supplements, I've not got a massive knowledge in it, and rather like transfer you to another person. There's literally no reviews on this at all, so I don't know if it's like a new product or anything like that, but anyway, this is a review of the myvitamins performance pre-workout shot, and this is, if you've not heard, myvitamins is my protein basically. um but yeah, so they're basically pre-workouts in like it's like pre-mixed, so you don't need powder or anything, and they're in they're in these bottles, and basically you just take them before you work out, and that is it. Open it and take it. You don't need to shake. Well, it recommends to shake it, but you don't need to kind of like add water or anything like that. You just take it as it is. So first off, this flavor is sour berry. When they say sour, they mean sour. Like, this is so sour. Like, so sour. Another thing, I also expected the colour to be like a berry colour. I know, a bit childish, but it's actually like the colour of piss. Like, literally the colour of piss. It's really sour and it looks like piss. But anyway, not like I know if piss is sour or anything like that. I don't know, I've not drunk in piss before. But anyway, actually this conversation is making me want to vomit, so let's just go away from this. So off the bat, it has 3,000 keratin and 200 of caffeine. Keratin is pointless if you don't take it every day. If you don't take keratin every day, I know some people take pre-work. I don't see the point of putting keratin in pre-workouts, because you're not supposed to take pre-workouts every day. I know a lot of people do, but let's just say if you at some point run out of pre-workout or forget to order it and you try and do a workout without one, good luck with that, because it's going to be a tough one. That's why I just don't recommend using pre-workout every day, just because your body gets used to it. So, you know, at whatever point you can't do a workout without a pre-workout, your body's not going to like it whatsoever. So, yeah. So the effect. So as I said, this has 200 mg amount of caffeine in it, and it has 2,000 beta alanine. Now, this is why I mention these two is because this is where it kind of falls a little bit flat. So first off, you get that hit of caffeine, and that's just, you get that hit of caffeine, you feel it and everything like that. You do get a little bit of the tingles, but only a little bit. Now, that may be good for people who like don't like beta alanine at all. Me, I don't mind it, but it can be a little bit annoying. That's why I only really take it if I only take, because the other pre-workout that I've been taking is Ghost, and I usually take that either if I'm really tired and it's going to be an intense workout. Otherwise, if you're doing light exercise with beta-alanine, I just find it a little bit annoying. But yeah, so you only get slight tingles with that, but there is a disadvantage, because beta-alanine doesn't just give you the tingles. It helps with endurance and stuff like that. And I found, because I think it's because the amount of caffeine and the amount of beta alanine, it didn't really last throughout my workout. Now, my workout was about just my workout for, so when I used it, it was arms and shoulders, and it's usually just over an hour. And near the end, well, not near the end, about, I had a quarter left, and I won't say like the energy is completely zapped out of me, but I felt that I didn't have the same sort of endurance which I did at the beginning of the workout. So do bear that in mind. I wouldn't necessarily recommend it if you're gonna be a full like endurance, because it's just not gonna give you that. It doesn't last as long. And then, so I took that around, I want to say, because I can't remember the exact time, but it was around 7 o'clock in the morning. And going up to 2 o'clock this afternoon, I started to feel a crash. as I said, I don't really take that many pre-workouts. But the pre-workouts that I have, I don't get a crash. Like right now, I could have like a coffee. Like that's how much. Where like it's not a massive crash, but it's a noticeable one. Where usually, if I have Ghost, I don't need really any caffeine. I may feel a little bit. It may catch up with me at like 6 o'clock in the evening, but by then I wouldn't have any coffee anyway because I wouldn't be able to sleep. But you get what I mean. Um, so you do get a little bit of a crash. Well, I did anyway. Well, not a little bit, but quite a bit of a crash. Another thing to notice as well, it did, which apparently is a thing with some pre workouts, that it did actually what's the word for it? Suppress my appetite. Usually if I have a pre-workout, I actually get more. Well, the pre-workouts I have had before actually make me more hungrier than usual, because after a workout, because I've obviously put in more, more reps, less rest in between sets, that sort of thing. This, I found that it actually suppressed my appetite, which you may find useful if you're somebody who's kind of on, on a cut or something like that, or on a diet, whatever's. But overall, I found it a little bit of a letdown. This is definitely for someone who's like new, but really new to like caffeine. Like I would say somebody who's just has like a coffee. Yeah, I don't know, now and again. Never tried a pre-workout either. For me, even as like a beginner, it doesn't do enough for me. I do prefer Ghost pre-workout, just because, even though the Bolter alanine is a bit annoying when it comes to the itches, but even then, Time for Nutrition performs better than that, and I don't really get the tingles from the belt alanine in that one because it's not that high. But even then, I find that performs a lot better than this. So I wouldn't necessarily reach for this unless you want convenience, because as I said, you don't have to like mix anything. It's like pre-mixed for you. Um, or if you're a very beginner and never had caffeine in your life, then maybe. But other than that, if you are a beginner, I would probably more like recommend more Time for Nutrition's powdered pre-workout than this one here. So yeah, that is it for this review. So bye guys.